The million-dollar question is, how do we change our self-concept? How do we do that? How do we suddenly start feeling a different way about ourselves? It sounds hard. It's not. Mindfulness. It's so underrated. Mindfulness is basically I am paying attention to what is going on inside my mind and heart. So I'm mindful about noticing what is going on in my mind and heart. Now you may say to me, okay, so I'm noticing that I talk really badly to myself and I don't like myself and I don't think very highly of myself. So what good is that going to do? You can notice it. You can be like, wow, that is a pattern that I'm doing. Probably a lot more than I've realized because we tend to not be mindful. We tend to just kind of let our minds go crazy, do whatever they want. And usually they're going to gravitate towards the not so good stuff because that always feels more real. For some strange reason, like disappointments and the repeat of failures feels more real, feels more realistic, feels more like what we're going to experience. That really doesn't have to be true at all. It just feels more real because you've probably experienced more of that, so you have more familiarity with failure. But that isn't because it's more likely to happen, it's just probably because you haven't practiced much mindfulness as a whole in your life. And so more chaotic things happen to you. It's kind of because you weren't paying attention. You weren't really operating this great machinery of your mind and heart. So it almost feels like that's what you're supposed to experience, or that's what life is, that life is hard. In fact, people say this all the time, life is hard. Being mindful of the types of statements you're making about life can give you key indications of what you can aspire to be. And the great secret is that you are love, light, abundance, perfection. So if we can just notice these things and choose to no longer let them have this sort of scary, monster-like quality to them. So when we choose to not notice them, and we choose to almost pretend like they're not there, we're not supposed to think these things about ourselves, not sort of ignoring them. We give them power. They grow underneath the surface. They just kind of fester. But when we can notice them, if you kind of confront your fear, you confront these bad things, it takes the edge off of them. And again, since you're love, light, and abundance at your core, that can really only take its place. So it's not that improving your self-concept really is about saying a ton of self-concept affirmations. Like those can be helpful and those can make you feel more comforted. But that really isn't the totality of the work. The totality of the work really is just being mindful and understanding what you've been telling yourself, questioning, why would I want to keep doing this? It doesn't make me feel very good. But just in merely just noticing it, like that, it takes the edge off of it. It lessens its strength as the scary monster in your mind, the self-concept that you've been attaching to you, which wasn't true at all. It's just that, again, you didn't practice much mindfulness as a whole in your life and you felt more familiarity with that. And it can be undone that easily. Like you can redo your self-concept so easily. I know you have it within you to blow yourself away as to how wonderful life can be. My life changed so drastically. So drastically. And yours can too. It can change in just innumerable ways. And your self-concept has everything to do with it. And changing self-concept is one of the easiest things that you can do when you make it easy. Again, don't reach for techniques or reach for processes that make you feel depleted. Never think that feeling depleted is part of the manifesting journey. The end result is something that you should be embodying through any sort of technique. The end result is relaxed, it's calm, it's soothed. There's nothing strenuous about it. Simplicity. Easy does it. This is what is going to rewrite the rhythm of what you're experiencing. And if you want to be successful at this, stop looking at manifesting as something you do sometimes. Look at it as something that you're incorporating in your life as a whole. If you can make these lifestyle changes and commit to them, when you do this, it never feels like you want to give up. Because the new feelings that you are existing in are so delicious, are so lovely, are so consciously chosen. If you're unaware of manifestation, you're probably not deliberately and consciously choosing your state. choosing your feelings, choosing your emotions. You're probably letting life choose it for you. You're responding to the things that are happening in your life, which really makes no sense because that was just in a response to you not being conscious. So if you can deliberately and consciously and specifically choose the emotions in which you're existing in for you, by default, you will manifest the specific things you want in life. This is the key element, the key ingredient, the key to making it all work. And you have every power, every control to do this. And it can be fun, it can be simple, it can be lovely, it can be life-changing. The $1,000,000 question, as always, is what I want possible? Yes. Simple answer, yes. But it will only be possible for you if you can surrender how you get there. And if you can truly detach yourself from the need to control how you get there. If you can do this, it will absolutely be possible for you. And I don't care what it is. I don't care if currently you are $100,000 in debt. You can still become a millionaire. I don't care if you've been dumped for the last 10 times and ghosted and everyone seems to be rejecting you in your love life. It can still get better. The big question is, are you able to detach yourself from the need to control the external? It's that simple. Are you able to believe in the result without feeling the need to figure it out? It's that simple. And it does kind of feel like a balancing act in your mind, but it is a conscious and deliberate choice. If you can do this, anything is possible for you. And it will work every single time because anything is possible for you. Anything. But it's only possible when you choose to abandon yourself to the possibility. It is only possible when you surrender the house. It is only possible when you give it up to God. It is only possible then, the God within you. It is only possible if you choose to not mess with the middle. If you choose to embody the end result, which is calm, relaxed, content. How can I be my best self now? It is only possible in that way. So yes, it is possible. And circumstances do not have to matter. But are you willing to abandon yourself to this idea of having everything now, of being grateful in a way that feels like everything is complete now? Are you willing to surrender the whole process, detach yourself from the need, and just let it happen when it happens? Are you willing to do this, or do you want to control it? If you want to control it, then it's not possible for you. Then circumstances do matter because you're coming from a place of control and force and messing with the middle. See the difference? That's really all it is. Enroll in my free 10-day Manifesting Miracles course, studywithveronica.com, personal mentorship there as well. Subscribe for all the tips, tricks, and hacks you need to live your best life ever. And I'm wishing you all the miracles in the world. You deserve it.